Good morning students, it's your mathematics class. In this class we are going to do a new chapter number 4, division. In this chapter we will learn about the sums of division, that is how to divide. Before doing that, we must have knowledge about the sum terms that are related to the division, one of which is dividend, second one is divisor, and third one is quotient. Now, firstly, what is dividend? Dividend is the number which is divided or which must be divided by a number. This is called dividend. Second one is divisor. The number by which a number is divided is called divisor. And after dividing 48 by 6, the answer or the result that we get will be our quotient. Got it? Like if we divide 48 by 6, then we will get 8 as our answer, and 8 will be our quotient. Now turn your next page, and there are some properties of division. The first property is that if a number is divided by 1, the quotient is the number itself. Like they are trying to say that if we take any number and we want to divide that number by 1, the answer or the quotient that we will get will be the same number. The example is given here. 141 is divided by 1, then the answer that we will get will be 141. In the similar way, 1145 when divided by 1, the quotient will be 1145. Same for the next sum. So it's clear that whatever will be the number when it will be divided by 1, we will get the same number as our quotient or as our answer. Moving towards the second property, if a number other than 0 is divided by itself, the quotient will be 1. In this property, we are having a condition that we are not talking about 0, except 0, the rest of numbers. Okay, we are not taking 0, we are excluding 0. If a number is other than 0 is divided by itself, quotient will be 1. That is, when same number is divided by the same number, that is, dividend will and divisor will be same, then the quotient will be 1. Okay, again I am going to repeat. When dividend and divisor will be same, then we will get 1 as our quotient. Here 415 is divided by 415 and we got 1 as our quotient. Similar way, 3168 when divided by 3168, we got 1 as our answer or as our quotient. Moving towards the third property, if 0 is divided by a number other than 0, again we are having a condition other than 0, then the quotient will be 0. That is, when we are going to divide 0 by this number and we will get 0 as our answer. In this example, same way, 0 is divided by 1405, then we got 0 as our quotient. Now the fourth property is that in division sum, the remainder is always less than the divisor. Firstly, you must have the knowledge about the remainder. That is, what is remainder? After the division at the end, after the complete division at the end, whatsoever we got is our remainder. Like when 23 is divided by 7, we got 3 as quotient and 2 as remainder. In the division sum, remainder is always less than the divisor. If you are getting your remainder is equal to the divisor or greater than divisor, it means that you have committed some mistake and your answer is wrong. So it's very clear that remainder is always less than its divisor. Now the fifth property is this: every division factor has two multiplication factors to verify it. Like when 12 is divided by 3, then we got 4 as our quotient. This is the division form of factor, and we have to write this factor or this form into multiplication factors. This will be 3 into 4 equals to 12 and 4 into 3 equals to 12. That is, we can interchange the position of 3 and 4, that is quotient and divisor. When we interchange the position of quotient and divisor, then we got the two forms of the same questions. Now the sixth property is that the product of the division and the quotient added to the remainder is always equal to the dividend. This is one of the important properties, and this is the way to check your or to verify your answer, that you have whatsoever you have done is right or wrong. This is the way to check. Divisor into quotient plus remainder equals to dividend.